Alright, so after sanding, we got rid of the lump up here. Got it feathered out pretty nice. I'm not going to make it perfect because there's a lot of little divots all along the top of it. So once it's painted, it'll match, kinda, I guess you could say. So we got them weird chunks figured out here. I got a little bit of dingleberries hanging out right there. I got to sand out, which will take 2 seconds. Part of the crack's still there from where I've eaten it out. I just got to fill that in a little bit more. We got some pinhole-y stuff there. This was a low spot because that's where that metal piece was put in. So one more glaze of that stuff, it'll be done. Some pinholes there on the other spot where there was the crack starting. And down inside the nooks, there's always going to be pinholes. So we're going to smooth this out probably with our finger and smush it into, try to transition into that. And then there's just a little guy right there, but if it doesn't get perfectly out, that's fine. But one more coat. Oh, and I did the back side of this is all smooth. Turned out pretty nice. So once that's painted and or once it's sanded, we're gonna take out the taillights, or the headlights. Geez, I'm saying everything backwards. Take out the headlights, put the mesh in, mount it, paint it black with the mesh installed, and then we'll let her tack up, start mounting it up. So I'll be back in a second. Alright, so we got the next layer on. It filled in all the little pinholes all around here. So this is what it looks like now. We got a little bit of a sag going on, but this is kind of like a radius little curve. So I'll be able to blend that away. And got rid of that in there. Could have been a little bit smoother, but it started hardening up a little bit faster than I wanted. And that part should be fixed with this pass as well. While it's standing up, now that I see this, I'll be able to sand that. And don't worry about the stickers. They were starting to come off because I was blow gunning everything, and they started coming half off, so I just took them the whole way off. I'm going to re-glue them back on. So they'll be back on there. And probably today this will be painted and put on the tractor again, so we can only hope. So I'm going to get after it. Hopefully get this done before lunch. Alright, so we got it all smoothed out now. I'm pretty pleased with it. Everything's feather edged pretty well. I'm sure it's going to have one little flaw here or there, but we're going for it. Masked it all off, got the primer shook up, got the paint, using it on the bottom mesh. I think I'm going to wait till it's on the tractor and put that in so I can put the, if I need to go through that hole to somehow put the bolt on. Not really likely, but just saving until the end. But we're going to primer this, get this painted, and get her looking pretty good. Alright guys, so we got a coat of primer on there. I did find some problems. That's called like shrinkage right there. That little haziness that's around it. Hopefully the black will cover that. But I have that going on a few places, like right there, which is the crack still. I don't know how I missed that, but it's too late now. And then also this one I missed. Look at that big hammer. I don't know how I missed that, but not turning back now. We have what's going to be a functioning grill that looks half decent. But I have a thick coat of primer on the bottom there to fill in any little pinholes and try to get rid of that shrinkage issue. So you can see it right there. That's not a imperfection in the Bondo. That's shrinkage of some sort. Got a little bit something there going on, a little chip. But like I said, I don't want it to be absolutely perfect. That looks like hell though, that little spot there. Little chips there. I'm leaving them because they were in it. Once it's painted black and it gets bumped around a little bit, it'll look like it's been like that forever. But let this flash up and we're going to put a coat of black on. If it ends up looking horrendously bad, it's easy to do little touch-up repairs on this, especially with the low gloss black that I'm using. So give this about 10-15 minutes, maybe 20, till she flashes off, and then we're going to hit it with some black. Okay, then there was color on it. So we primered it. Everything looked pretty good when I primered it. And now we're glossy again. Now this is a semi-gloss, almost low gloss, so it's going to tone down a good bit, especially after it sets a little while. But it's not absolutely perfect. It's got some dirt in it, things of that nature. but once it gets dull and it's about 5-footer, it's going to look pretty good. This black overspray wasn't me. As you can tell, it's real dull. That was from somebody else's repair, I guess, when they duct taped it and blasted it with some black paint. It's on both sides. I'm going to try and scrub that off once I put the hood on. But it's going to look pretty good once the mesh is in there and the headlights get put back in it. So, looks as good as I wanted it to. I think it's going to, as long as it works and looks half decent and the headlights work, I'll be happy. So, hopefully, give that about an hour. We'll get it put on there. Get the headlights put in it. Start making it look like a tractor again, because it's going to be leaving here shortly. And going to be bringing one of Andy's other tractors here to start restoring it. So I'm working on that one today. Got to get something done. All the pieces are painted, and except the frame, so got to get that all stripped down, painted, start putting it together, and then the orange one I'm bringing is going to be a lot quicker because I've done so many of them. So the hydro drive's definitely one I haven't done, so it's going to turn out nice. Get it back to him and get on the orange one and get the roper over here, so you'll be seeing that shortly. Alright guys, I might have jumped way far ahead, but we got it all painted and installed. Headlights in, grills are in. As you can see, the paint shrunk a little bit. Where at? You can see it kind of in this area. But like I said, once it flattens out this paint, or I've already sprayed these before after they set for a couple days and mist it up into here where nobody sees it. But for what it's on, it's perfectly fine. But as you can see, I buffed the hood. You can see the difference between the top and the side, so I'm going to continue on, clean that in the dash, and probably buff the fenders. And we're thinking still painting the wheels, so that'll be another quick job just to brighten them up a little bit, nothing too crazy. So that's how she turned out. Like I said, there's still a few flaws in it, but it's a functional, good-looking grill now. And I don't know if I showed this. We got the tail light working. That was a couple of days ago or a week ago. And my headlight just stopped working. They are both working. I hope that ball didn't blow. I hope it's just a wiring issue. Huh, it just lit up one more time just for a second. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully that bulb didn't just pop. That other bulb seems to be doing something goofy. I have no luck with bulbs, that's for sure. That's how the inside turned out looking. So we got the grade 8 bolts with a nylock nut holding it. Pretty stout, I think. Now that headlight being burnt out, it's bothering the shit out of me. Wonder if it fogged up. That sucks. Well, it did work, I promise you, just about 5 minutes ago. But if not, we'll just order two that are fresh. I got the decals, they blew off, but I got them super glued in place. The corners are trying to curl up, so I have them glued and taped down until the glue sets up, and then I'll peel the tape off. Hopefully the tape doesn't stay. If it does, hopefully I can just pick it off or something. But that's where we're at. Old Patchy, the one-eyed Sears. Just patching her together. So hopefully you guys like it. I painted the lower grill. I just kind of dusted it. It's not perfect at all. Just so it matched the top, because the bottom was almost more gray than black. But we got a functioning grill again. So that was maybe probably total time I have in that's probably 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours to get it looking the way it does. So anything's possible, I guess. I mean, if you wanted it perfect, you could have spent a little bit more time on it, but I think it's going to look just good enough, especially once it gets some use and abuse. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully it helps somebody else fix their nose and keeps them away from spending $300 on a new one on eBay. So talk to you guys later. Bye.